What would you say to a small local or regional charity that has been grant dependent and is looking to go into individual giving, but hasn't really got, awareness in the local area?
Yeah. So the most important thing to remember about effective media relations is it's all about the story. So what is the story that you are trying to sell to the journalist? Why is that story going to be interesting to them and their readers? Does it tell them something they don't already know? Does it advance a conversation in some way? Is it transformative? Is there some kind of shock and awe, triumph over tragedy? It's all about the story. And that story has to pass the so what test. So just to give you an example, I was chatting with an organisation recently who said that they wanted blanket coverage in the Scottish media.
Okay.
And I said, okay, so what's the story? And they said, oh, well, we've been doing really good work. And I was like, yeah, but that's not a story. They're like, yes, it is. I'm like, no, it's not. Charity does good work is not a story. Charity transforms the lives of hundreds of thousands of people is a good story. Or if you've got a really strong case study of an individual whose life has been absolutely transformed as a consequence of your work, you can hang a story off an individual case study. So so they didn't really have any really strong case studies. So I was like, right, well, what data have you got? Have you got any data that shows that, X number of people were in trouble and you came in and delivered this unique service and now, this is the result and it's saved the taxpayer X amount of money? No, we don't have that either. Okay, so do you have a strong opinion about something? Can we try and place a opinion piece, what we call an op-ed?
Okay.
So Indie Voices or Guardian Comment is free, that type of that's what we call an op-ed. And the opinion piece, the clue is in the title, it needs to be opinionated. And they said, oh no, we don't say anything because we get some of our money from the government and so we can't be seen to be criticising the government, otherwise we might not get funding. So I was like, okay, so you haven't got anything strong or interesting to say. You haven't got any data that we can use to create a news story, and you've got no strong case studies. I was like, honestly, I don't think I can help you. And I don't think you should be spending your money on PR. Go away and, I don't know, invest it in some other form of communications, because I think you might have more success with that. So strength of story is absolutely critical.
Yes.
And the way in which you can decide whether or not your stories are going to be of interest is look at the publication or media outlet that you want to secure coverage in. Have a look at the type of stories that they run, and see if you can find similar ones within your organization. So if there's a particular headline that you think, oh, we could replicate that with something that we've done, then great. Like focus on that. But if you're kind of looking at it and going, yeah, no, we can't do that, we wouldn't do that, we would never say anything like that, we don't have that type of story, then, you might be wasting your efforts on that particular publication. Also, for small charities, the big nationals probably aren't going to be that interested because you haven't got to reach the gravitas and the kind of national authority. But local media might be, specialist media might be, and actually the nationals will quite often keep an eye on local and specialist media, and if there's something that catches their interest, then they may pick up on it and then run with it in their own publication. So I would start local and start very focused and very specialized, and then think a bit bigger. Unless, of course, you do have access to some really juicy, meaty stories, and then I would say go for it. But make sure that story is matched to the publication. Make sure that your audiences are aligned.
Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of the My Fundraising College podcast. I really hope you found it useful. If you did, please like the episode, please subscribe to the channel, and why not even share the link to the episode to someone you know who you think might find its content helpful. If you need any support with your fundraising, please contact us at chelperkins.com. We can help you with anything from grant fundraising to direct mail to event management. So reach out to us and our team will be glad to speak to you about your fundraising needs. And last but not least, the first module for My Fundraising College is due to come out early in 2024. This is one you're not going to want to miss. Make sure you register your interest at myfundraisingcollege.co.uk. Until next time, best of luck with your fundraising.